The way to buy a house, if you want to buy a house and you don't have the cash, is that you have a principle of musharaka. The house is £100,000 and you only have £10,000. So instead of going to the bank to borrow 90,000, I will put the 90,000 because I have the capital and I want to invest my capital halal to get some income. I don't want to keep sitting on my capital. So this is business. So when the house is bought, it is bought on a basis of a partnership in which you will own 10% of the equity and I'll own 90%. But you're not the owner of the house. This is what the bank does. The bank makes you the owner of the house. Well, we'll not do it this way. See, since I have 90% of the ownership of the house and you have 10%, then taxes will be paid in accordance with proportion of ownership. I pay 90% of the taxes, you pay 10%. And maintenance and repairs, I pay 90%, you pay 10%. The bank doesn't do that. No. This is the first contract, the contract of ownership. And it's a partnership. Then we sign a second contract. The second contract is for me to rent the house to you, independent of the first contract. I will rent the house to you. But I will not determine the rent, and you will not determine the rent. The rent is determined independently by mutual agreement on the basis of the market rental value. And when you pay the rent every month, 90% of the rent comes to me and 10% goes back to you. But the rental contract is a rental to buy contract. That any time you want to increase your ownership of the house, you have the right to buy from me, from my 90%. But in Islam, business is always contracted on the basis of the market. So you cannot have a predetermined price of the house, that this is the price we paid when we bought the house. No, because price of the house, value of the house can go up and go down. So every time you want to buy from me, you're going to buy at the market value of the house. This can be done through valuation, and we can agree that a valuation is valid for 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years or so. And eventually you'll buy out all my ownership, and you become the sole owner of the house, and much cheaper than through the bank.